Going it, God, British guys trying to pronounce Scandinavian words is the worst.
Yeah, who are they going against? Arctic.
Arctic. That's an easier one. I could say that.
That is a good one.
But yeah, they'll be starting on the CT side. They've gone for 5 sets of armor again. This didn't work out for them on cash, but let's see how this one goes down. It's going to be 3 sets of armor for Arctic, 2 utility players.
There's something obnoxious going on in the production room, apparently.
Really is. It's distracting.
It's, yeah, we're 3 rooms away, and we can hear them laughing considerably. Look at the strat, though. It's going to be a fast inside push right now from the T's as they get ready at the top of ramp to burst in. Benji playing a long and passive angle. Sees the smoke, though, and wants to get forward. Perhaps the wrong decision because the flash blinds him there with no cover. So it's an easy kill for 7. The second man that was inside this site toward Upper Berg has stayed tight and concealed so as to allow his teammates to rotate. They're doing so from CT spawn. Still a lot of ground to make up to try and get to that bomb, but taking down Sagerton and Twista is going to allow that to be slightly more possible because 7's way back toward the bomb, and now the ground's made up. It's a clean retake. Zore, the last one left. 4 members alive still. He's going to try and bounce that Molotov on top of the bomb. Oh. It's worked out. It's one of the most powerful positions to have on any site post-plant, and Zore takes down Zenda as well. It's all left to him and Dumas. A one-on-one, and Dumas actually puts him on 6 HP. There's no reason to repeat this again, but Dumas doesn't have the time, so it doesn't matter. And what a clutch from Zora.
Wow, okay. It was a 4-on-1, wasn't it?
It was.
It seemed like, okay, I was about to make the point that Arctic did the perfect strat then. They got into the inside bomb site, they've got the first kill, killed Benji, made the other players like fall back. It was a very passive setup here. That's the first kill coming in. And then they actually did a really nice play. They actually pushed all the way down towards the connector. But then they lost all the actual one-on-ones. I thought, okay, well, they've lost the round. Decent effort, got the bomb down. Let's think about next round. But all of a sudden, Zore comes out of nowhere. Like you said, that Molotov can be one of the most powerful in the game because it lands on the bomb pretty much every single time. And he wipes out one player straight away. And once again, these guys don't have kits in the pistol rounds, and it just goes against them straight away. They keep getting themselves down to the one-on-ones. They don't have the kit to finish things off. They will be force buying into it once again, but they're going to be making too much of it. I'm not really sure what Damas was doing there. Why was he facing the wall like that? Was he waiting for a flash? I couldn't tell you.
Potentially, that's a bit peculiar.
Like he was just kissing the wall. Anyway, they have force bought into this.
Maybe he liked how it tastes, Henry.
Yeah. Oh, it's a 5-on-3 now. No damage being done to the T's so far. And yeah, that pistol round was pretty legendary from Zore there.
Zenda. Inside smoke, gonna try and rotate over. So far, bomb not planted in this round, but 2 kills in favor of Arctic bodes well. They've forced a rotation onto B, and now they're gonna force A. Sipe, a great opening shot with the Deagle, but now has to shift his position. If he doesn't hit 7 now, he's got problems because Sagerton's gonna show up on his right, and that's exactly what happens. Benji may find one lone player lurking through the B site. Sword doesn't pick up a gun, but
he doesn't need to commit to those solo flanks in these sort of situations. You want to be sticking together and making sure you got that buddy system working out for you. That's a little bit of a mistake from him, I would say, just dropping that weapon for no real reason, to be honest. You don't need to be hunting CTs or catching them out like that. But anyway, it still is a 3-on-2 in favor of the T's. Bomb has been planted. Benji and Zendi remaining. They have got a scout and a Desert Eagle in hand, just trying to find anything they can with this. No kits once again, so difficult to actually make anything realistic happen here. One of them does go down. And now it's going to be the 3-on-1, as it's just Benji remaining. He does get dealt with in the end. And now then, it is 2-0 in favour of Arctic. Dendity can't really afford to justify anything into this round, Matt. It's going to be pretty much a full eco. And just USPs, I'd say let's just rush inside or push Ivy or something. And I was opening frags there, I can see on the screen from Twister. And that's the kill I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, that's a bit peculiar.
I thought he was like timed out or something. Maybe he's waiting for a flash. But still, like you've still got to turn around and do something with it. Pretty much an impossible situation. But let's see what the CTs are. They're going to be pushing Ivy, from what I can work out. It's always good to be right.
Going to be. Oh, isn't it, Henry? You are pretty good at the predictions of strategy, I will say. 5-man Ivy push. They won't spot anyone, and as they do so, it's a 5-man B push from the terrorists. As they're going to take the bomb down, they're just making sure that they're not about to walk into the slaughter, but as we see, they're a long way from it. Now, the interesting thing is if they do take a lot more time, that 5-man push could rotate back around and get immediately behind them. It's now made its way at least 3 members to tunnels. Berg's gone through the main connector. He'll be back inside of A, but they've realized now it's B, and they'll set for exit, surely. It's a full save. There's nothing to lose, but they'll at least commit to trying to knock some guns out of the terrorists' hands.
Like, the thing is right now, I need to work out, do we want to give the T's
the
some more money? Or do we just want to try and help for exits and hope we get someone?
What they should do is let Twista go on the run to try and get the frag money, because he's got the SMG.
Yeah, that's true. That would work. He's right there as well. But the CT's just holding out for anything they can. There is actually someone waiting. That's Sipe. Nice work from the T's. It's good awareness to even consider that being a position. And you can see the rest of them are waiting towards the pop dog area. Doesn't really come with this as all the T's exit out of the other side towards CD spawn. So, nice clinical rounds there from RCTIC. Nothing really to report in those 2 anti-eco rounds. Nothing really slipped away from them. And now here's once again the difficult first gun round for the CTs of Dendity. No kits, no orbs, but they have got smokes, no incendiaries. Incendiaries on train CT aren't a huge deal. It's not like other maps where you're trying to hold off really fast pushes. Like, it can be very helpful sometimes, but I wouldn't say it's as crucial as some maps as we are going into the first gun round. Now, it looks like RCTIC going up to the straight up B rush, it seems there.
Well, they've left the bomb at the top of ladder, so they're going to evaluate.
Yeah, they've sent
at least
committed 4 players to that side of the map. No one towards Ivy, and they're just trying to get control of the upper halls here.
This is the interesting to read already on the first gun round, is that Dendity's playing a very passive defensive style inside of A. So as opposed to getting close to the choke points and being able to not only get information on from sound and use utilities to shut down the offense, they're actually forcing right now RCTIC to have to work to try and find the opening picks. It's very different contrasting styles, but
the thing is though, when you're RCTIC, right, and you know the force spike came in the second round, you can almost bank that there's not going to be an AWP on the CT side. So it means you can explore more audacious plays here. You can actually afford to run out in key positions without actually telegraphing things like smoking every single area off. You can run out and try to use the surprise factor. Looks like they will be just throwing a couple of flashbangs here, seeing if they can just feel out the outside bomb site here. Not really committing as of yet. Waiting for the CTs to use up the remainder of their smokes, and that's going to be one of the final ones there. And they still have time here, so this is actually pretty nice from RCTIC. As soon as that smoke dies towards Pop Dog, you'll see their final play coming in here. 35 seconds remaining. Here it comes. Dendy, what can you do?
And is blinded from that pot flash over the roof. Second one successfully hits him as well. He has to fall back down into hell. But we'll see if the Devil's got words for his opposition. RCTIC loses 2 men already. Sipe the second kill, and Seven's going to finally take back over that position, but Dumas is going to have to try and find him. Drops down and nearly gets a barrel in the face, but still manages the kill down to 5 HP. Problems are is that Zore's taken Sipe low as well, but it's a chaos. And as it ensues and subsides, we walk away with the first round for Dendity.
Yeah, the entry kill is not really working out there for RCTIC. It seems like CT's had very nice positions to hold them off. The Molotovs the T's employed didn't really flush anyone out. And then they were just caught hunting, and they didn't really have much time to work with. So just had to do what they can, kind of separated as well. Weren't able to trade frags very effectively. But they still have decent cash here after having 2 clean anti-ecos here. They do have the AWP still, so still heavily favoured going into this one. And this would be a huge round for them to win as well. They did this to reset CTs to a double eco. Round number 5 now. Once again, just filling out the map. This time they have committed someone towards Ivy though. That's not going to be the AWP player. He's actually making his way towards inside the rest of his teammates. Sagaton trying to show some presence here. This is kind of like Virtus Pro style. You'll see players like Pasha going towards Ivy by himself, just trying to either cause some distraction over there or come in for the lurk at the end when the execution towards inside has happened.
Shot out from Zore, though, takes down Benji, and Zore has been primary opping on all sides of every map so far. Of course, that really only accounts for 2 full halves, but it's an opening pick. It's traded. Twista goes down. And it's still something to work with for RCTIC, because this will spread the defense thin. Dumas going to try and force the issue and take a pick back in reverse, but it's win or lose. It's a big risk play. It could work out. He knows Seven's there. He's heard the shots, but he's trying to wait this out and time it to perfection. Oh my goodness gracious. He almost whiffs that one, but Seven, equally so, can't do anything in return as he had a nade in his hands, and that now gives Dumas at least the pick he was looking for. Saw catches him rotating back in, and Zenda isn't in a position to try and capitalize on this until late. And it's traded as well, though. Saw holds composition together, his composure, and Sagerton walks out late from Ivy. Berg is a long way from the action.
That play from teammate there, jumping out, trying to get out, that was so high risk. He had teammates there who had flashbangs, could have flashed into Pop Dog for him, and they could have just communicated a little bit better instead of just going, oh, do you know what, I'll just take the chance and see what happens. That's costing the round now. But almost. Like, it's still a 2-on-1. It's winnable, but it's very low chance to go win this round now. CT round clutching when you have so much to check and so many hiding places for the T's to be. You got to do well to win these kind of ones.
That's the beautiful thing about Train, isn't it? is that the rotations are so quick that it means you can easily attempt retakes, but there's so many places to hide for the terrorists. As Berg finds out there, he'd heard Segerton back toward hell, but he had no idea where Saw was, and as time runs out, he's just going to bail with the AWP.
If we can get a replay of that jump out of T main, I'll try and talk you through my thinking there, and we'll see what why that was such a poor play from him. That was actually a huge round for them as well. Like I said, that resets the CT money now, and you can see how much that's affected them. And that the small plays like that, when they had flashbangs, they had players nearby, crossfires could have happened.
I don't think you've got your wish, Henry.
No, not this time. But anyway, you got the point. We're going to round number 6. They have picked up an AWP, which can be effective in these sort of situations. You have one AWP who can find an opening frag. You can have a chuck him towards inside. Or it looks like they're actually going to show no presence inside whatsoever. It's going to be a full 5-man committal towards outside. They are sending 2 players towards Ivy as well. But this round, RCTIC know that these kind of plays are coming in. You just play so passively in these sort of situations. Probably aware they've saved a weapon. Not sure if it would be an AWP, but let's see how they approach this one. We have got Berg with the AWP towards inside. Where is he holding though?
He's going to try and wait for Segerton to try and walk in and let the pistols do the work. Berg's the man to watch, though. Pressure on. He had to spawn to try and go for that fast push at the upper B position. Didn't catch anyone with it, though, and now that op is
not
in a great position. Yeah, he's got to go back toward A.
Well, the thing is that they spotted him. I'm not sure if he fired a shot. They might not be 100% sure yet of the AWP, but it's actually not going to change their mentality. 4 players heading towards inside with the bomb, 1 lurking towards outside. And now the AWP is coming back. They have got something to work with here. The AWP defending a lower B push is definitely something you can work with.
Decent Molotov. That'll do damage. Berg's found 1. It's not a smoke. It was a flash instead, but a whiff on the second shot does not allow the kill to come through. That would have been massive because the fire's done enough damage at least to allow the pistols to secure kills. They've actually, in fact, got the man advantage after this. They're going to stack up that Molotov at lower ramp. That forces at least the gun pickup from Zenda, but the slowed retake attempt from Dendity. Benji's picked up the op now, and Zore left in the open. It's all said and done.
There we go then. It was Berg with that AWP to kick things off. It wasn't so much his AWP that did all the work, it was that Molotov towards the lower ramp. They had to stand in there for so long to try and take him down as he was like kind of rattling off shots towards them. They did so much damage, it was like 50 damage to each player. They'd allowed the pistol to be very effective in the flanks there. And then as soon as Benji picked up the AWP, fell apart for RCTIC. So that's a huge one for Dendity to win there. Very impressive play from Berg. Had to make something happen. Push through the smoke. They deployed towards that connector area. Dropped the Molotov. And the rest is history. As we enter round number 7 now, it's actually dropped RCTIC down 2. I didn't catch their money though. Was it a full force buy? Did you see that?
I didn't see the end money there, but it's...
I just, judging by how many nades there are, I assume it's a full force coming in, but they might have quasied it.
Yeah, it's definitely a step in the right direction for Dendity though. As Berg's going to try and just slow things down. He's playing solo on the inside site this time. He does have a quick rotation in the fact that Benji is in Z connector with the AWP. He's watching upper right now, in fact. Dumas has the other. That's out toward Ivy.
And double AWPs coming in now for the CTs.
This is where things get interesting, though. This really fast play style that they can try to achieve with this Tech 9 and a bunch of utility, as you said, to try and make this a more viable option on the A site. Interesting that Sipes elected to go so close to the choke point as well, knowing that this could be a potential eco. If he goes down, that gun's easily grabbable, but it also catches them before the utilities are deployed. If they're gone to the wall of smokes in the site, he's forward of all of that.
Absolutely. So that's the thing. They've got all these smokes to play over the T, so you'd assume it's going to be a full wall of smoke sort of execution coming in here. They have got 2 players towards Ivy, so let's see what they decide to do. Smoking off towards the CT side. We'll be flashing out. You'd assume they're going to rush with this and see what they can make happen as the flashbangs do come through. Dumas not in a great position to try to defend this.
And I don't know if you saw that, Henry, but right now, Segerton's staring at the wall out toward Ivy, and still is. I think he may have lagged out.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Because he was staring at the wall to line up a smoke nade that his teammate then had to try and guess where to throw it from because he couldn't get in the corner where he was. He was the one that was intended to throw the left side smoke. So they'll get a bomb plant out of this, but they're effectively with only 2 men left. If they pull this round off, it would be huge. And there it is. He did lag out. He's gone. So Twist...
that's the second time this game for him.
Absolutely. And now 7 have to clutch this, and they're going to be lamenting the fact that they could still have a second teammate, and with the bomb plant and the gun picked up, it was a real chance to take the round. It's going to be all on 7, and unfortunately they're sticking the defuse. Berg's going to win it with the shot. Kit's in place, pause will come out, but that's super unfortunate for Arctic.
If this was a LAN, you could probably justify saying, oh, we need to replay the round. But when it's an online game, it's just your connection dropping. I don't really think you can go along with that sort of mentality. But nothing being said in chat. So yeah, he's back in already. So maybe they're just accepting it. Yeah, they're just going to be going with it.
Interesting enough.
They probably wouldn't have won the round still, but they definitely would have got a couple more kills perhaps and would have been a closer round.
Well, 4-3 now the score as Dendity starts to claw back into this game. They're going to stick with this double up setup as well, Benji and Dimas. Their economy not that far ahead, truth be told. Post by Sipe at 1,300, Zendi on 17. It's actually less than 4 out of 5 of the players on the Arctic side said and done. But naturally, they could try and maybe bring out a Quasi and get some pistols rolling, but that's the best case scenario right now for Arctic. Ah, there we go. So they've actually got to fix Segerton's money. That's why.
Yeah. Second time he's dropped out. And he actually dropped out in a key round.
This is interesting, though. He asked to get the money switched, and sometimes they won't say that in all chat. They'll say the amount in team chat so that the other team doesn't have an idea of what the economy is. He just said 3.2 blatantly. So Dendity will have a direct idea of where exactly they sit with money.
True. So that pretty much was a force buy then coming in last round. Because they've got the benefit. They did get the bomb down, so that's the extra $800 as well.
So they asked him to leave the server this time so that they can reset it in eBot. When he comes back in, it'll overlay the file on top of him. And it didn't work.
They need to do the start money once he leaves. He rejoins and then he has 3.2.
And T-Bra.
We'll get there. Online CS can be a lot of fun.
It's the only CS I know, Henry G. But that's okay. Berg showing off his dexterity in flicking a butterfly knife. Illegal in the United States. No, illegal in Canada. I think the United States actually may allow butterfly knives. Why wouldn't they? Definitely illegal in Canada.
What's so illegal about it?
Because it's very easy to conceal and very fast to pull out.
Oh yeah, I guess it makes sense.
As a weapon.
Probably just ban all knives, really. That's what we do in the UK.
So
it kind of works.
I would say ban all wives. Ban all baseball bats too while you're at it. Probably tennis rackets is a good start.
Badminton rackets?
I would say, actually, just ask Tiger Woods. He'll tell you to ban all the 9-irons.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I'd get rid of all that. But keep the climbing axes and the hatchets so that we can carve our blocks for igloos, and then we're fine.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Money's still not happening for Segerton right now. So if you're just joining us, this is the second map between the Swedish side, formerly known as Dendity. Slightly different lineup than you're used to, missing out on Twist. And like sometimes Robin is kind of does change quite a lot with these guys. But
it does. Well, apparently the rumor is that Twist is going to that Devil Walk team, so that could imply why he's not here now.
Where did you get this rumor from?
Like I say, it's been in the works for a while. It's originally was the lineup with Pith. Now people are saying Schneider's going to be that fifth. I don't know. I don't have confirmation of this from anywhere, but that's sort of the popular opinion of the Counter-Strike community as a whole.
Well, it's going to be Dendity, now known as Blojexpressen,
which stands for Diaper Express.
Of course it does.
It does.
I know, I believe you. I'm just saying, why wouldn't you call yourself that? Anyway, they're up against Arctic, a Finnish side we haven't seen before. And we were always being told by Natu that Finns can't play train, apparently.
Well, they elected to choose it this time, so take that, Natu.
Yeah, Natu, what do you know?
Natu.
When are we seeing him next? Soon? This month, maybe?
The very latest we'll see him, I assume, at the minor finals, which will be the end of the month.
That's right. End of the month. See you there, Dad. Right, he's got money again. We're back. He lost his stats, though.
That's okay.
We'll get on with that.
He gets a chance to get a higher rating on HLTV now. And quite frankly, that's the only reason to play the game.
True.
Just ask Santeras and simple.
Well then, the score currently sits at 4-3 in favor of Arctic. Decent start for them so far. They did win the pistol, of course, so that does definitely help. That 5 sets of armor for Identity once again backfiring. Probably want to address that going forward, seeing as they lost 2 crucial pistols just because of that. But here we go then. Round number 8. It is going to be pretty much full eco coming in for Arctic. They have got smokes and deagles. I would say they would be going for just a plant strat here. Do the wall of smokes towards outside. Try and plant. I don't think it will happen though, but let's see.
Then they're going to re-smoke that hot dog position. Sipe's got 2, and that's both on A main. Bombs in that position. It's just out of sight, but as Zenda catches 7, it'll be ungrabbable for a while because there's no one else left there from the terrorist side. They're desperate right now. Sagaton's going to go all the way back from Ivy just to grab that, but he's low on HP. And as he peeks out, he's already been spotted. Smoke need to go down, but Sipe's got that kill and a very solid hold from him. 3 kills his way, 2 from Zendi, and those are the 2 forward players in A. They thwart everything Arctic throws at them.
Well then, the Deagle's not really working out there. Dundee building their cash roll now. They've got around, what, 5.5k average, I'd say, across the board. Looking pretty strong right now. 2 AWPs in hand as well. But now then Arctic have got a nice decent buy this time. Zorre back on the AWP has been good for some entry kills here as well. So let's see what he can do. He's going to be heading towards either Pop Dog on his side, maybe looking towards that upper ramp to see whether it's going to be one of the AWP players towards that position. There's someone going to be facing. That's going to be Berg. Hasn't got an AWP though. He's got the AK-47. He's joined by Dumas in that shotgun-style position. Hits one of the players, and have actually taken another one down as well. So Saw's gone down to 19 HP. Twisted's been taken down with him. So that's actually a really nice exchange there from the Swedes. As now then, Saw trying to see what he can do. He has got the bomb as well, so only option really is to fall back in this position.
Just do it, Zorre. You know you want to.
And another kill coming in.
Well, Saw's thrown the bomb over as he's got higher HP to Zorre. He's also the AWP player. Saw's going to try and work down the ladder, and they'll aim to approach the A site. 2 men down already in the situation. Next pick has to be theirs if they want any chance of trying to make this a viable option. I'm just going to watch Ivy. That'll be the first attack. That's from Sagaton. He's already smoked off the left, this will force him to the right, but Zenda comes out first. He still goes down. Sagaton wins it. This forces Sipe to change his attention to the back of the site. A distraction that allows freedom of movement toward the front at A main. And Zorre, there it is, takes Sipe as a result. This is working out very well. Finally, Sagaton goes down, and Benji takes Zorre immediately after. Saw's left on 19. And the great efforts of finding the picks required completely get reversed. Benji with the final shot. And now the Swedes, Henry G, they're in the lead.
Nice. That was pretty good.
Thank you.
So yeah, Arctic that round, trying to work a pick mentality there, going towards the lower ramp and facing. We see that opposition towards the lower ramp from the CTs quite commonly. It's like one of those Hail Mary plays. You're just trying to surprise the teams with that one. You had a player waiting towards upper ramp as well. So as soon as the shot's fired by the AWP, he's there to face. And normally you think, oh, he's let that one, he'd go for that kill there. But he actually managed to pick up the kill of the untagged player. And Saw was just left on 19 HP. So that's a really effective trade there from the CTs now. We have got a pretty much quasi-buy coming in from the terrorist side. P250s and body armor. Just trying to get a bomb down in this situation. Managed to pick up a kill for that drop as well. Going to make it 2, I think. Benji once again with that 5-7, doing some serious work here. Going down CTs. He finally does get taken down. We have got Zorre remaining. Picks up another one. Brings it out to a 2-on-1. Maybe can do something this, Matt. What do you reckon?
I reckon you're right, Henry. It's entirely possible. It's a 1-on-2. As Zorre, with 2 kills already, knows the bomb's down over toward the back of that default plant position, naturally, because it's also on the radar, let's be real, but he's already spotted the fact that it's being watched quite closely. He could see the shoulder of Sipe there, undoubtedly. He just didn't quite realize it, as it was such a small pixel on the screen. Ooh. He nearly makes that work. Massive damage done to Dumas, and Sipe. I drank some soup. Sipe nearly went down in the process as well. That was desperately close.
You're absolutely right there. Arctic making something out of that P250 buy, but all they can really take back home is they've dented the economy of the CTs, which is still pretty healthy here. Back to the double AWP setup. Benji with the opening frag there, then moving on to the 5-7. As we go to round number 11 now, Arctic back onto a full buy. The quasi didn't really work out in terms of getting a bomb down, but they got a few kills. So let's see how they approach this round. Looks like they'll be focusing more towards inside once again, maybe towards Pop Dog this time. Haven't really seen a full execution from them be successful yet, like resulting in a bomb plant. or we haven't seen any very fast plays, like just bombing it straight out of his main entrance and trying to make something work. But this time, it's a little bit more aggressive, but the kills are not going in their favor. The CTs pick up 2 to kick things off, knocking it down to a 5-on-3. Zendi flashed off. The kills still coming in favor of the CTs here.
Saw with a double, though, to make sure that he's pulled it back to a winnable situation. It was a 1-on-4 that quickly switched back the other direction. Bomb is right beside him. He's got a chance to make this work.
Yeah.
He's still sticking around on A, though. He's got to watch out because when he jumps, Berg's there. Very quick attempt from Saw to try and fire back into him, and this is full commitment. He's left the bomb behind to try and make this happen. I'm not sure I agree with this. He had a 1:10 to play with. He could have divided up the defense, but this far into the site, how does he even try and get back to the bomb? And now for sure he's caught in the open, and Benji will take him down.
Yeah, another round there. I'm trying to work out where they're going with this, RCTIC. Like, that round, they just seemed like, well, I'm just going to run our main guys and let's see what happens. Like, if you're going to do these like kind of aggressive, fast plays, you're better off just all doing it. You want to commit like 4 people towards the main entrance with set flashbangs and Molotovs. And you can see they actually Saw got a couple of kills here. I think he got 3 in the end. He needed 2 more to even get the ace. So he did well, but ultimately it didn't amount to too much there. CT's still staying alive with the double orbs. And no orbs this time for RCTIC. They're going to be on a relatively poor buy here. Full AKs and armor, but only 2 smokes. And their executions haven't been great so far. This definitely won't help proceedings, but Sipe going aggressive towards the upper ramp here. Has got backup from Berg, but now he's alone. As Zore does take down Sipe towards that upper area. You can see Berg now trying to find 1 pick before he falls back. Knows he needs to neutralize the situation. There it is, fall back.
He tries to. It was the right idea, but Saw catches him in the process. That'll allow Saw, and these windows above here on his left where he was just peeking are so viable to throw that smoke out without being seen. But what they don't account for is Benji getting aggressive at upper. That drops bomb. He's got a chance as well for a second, but a beautiful jumping acrobatic play takes the head clean off the shoulders of Benji, and now it's back to a man advantage until Dumas finds 7, and the double op setup is continuing to wreak havoc. Has to be said, though, that Sagerton's been playing quite patient to allow the opportunity to present itself from Ivy, and another kill his way. Smoke off on Z. Zend it with a kit, but only 1 flash. He's got to find his way back inside this site quickly before they can establish post plant. They spot him already, and Sagerton missed the opportunity because he had about 10 bullets fired before it came back at him, and it still gets the kill. Zore is going to try and go on the hunt now, but has the advantage of using the time. And he's already spotted him once, takes him down quite easily. 12 HP was all he had to work with. Yeah,
that's a very difficult situation to be when you've got like 10 HP, a player to find on train, and the bomb to defuse. And you can see that he was all too aware. They just had to land 1 bullet. And they take their 5th round, but now finally they are starting to chip away at the CT economy. You can see Dumas still yet to buy. He's working out whether he wants to get the AWP once more, which he does do. This could be a big round if RCTIC to take this one. They finally break the economy. You can see theirs isn't great right now as well. It's going to be a very back and forth game. Whoever wins this round potentially set themselves up for a couple more as we enter round number 13 now. 7 plays 5 in favour of the Swedes. You can see Sagerton just on the Tekken line as well. They have got a decent amount of utility and sending 3 players towards Ivy this time with the bomb as well.
Dumas, this is
silly.
Silly, crazy, daring, and it works. Okay.
What is that?
Okay, Dumas.
Okay.
Maybe he's mad what Simple said. Now he's like, all right, you want to see that I'm a bitch? I'm just going to take the fight. But I don't know why the risk was worth it there. Either way, they get the opening pick. He's got another no-scope. He's playing lights out this round. If he had hit that one through the smoke, I would have just been like, all right, I'm done. No analyzing for you, Henry, because this doesn't make any sense.
Well, this is the thing. I can say a play is not the correct one to make, just because it doesn't mean it's not going to work out there. You know what I mean? Like, that's how CS works sometimes. Sometimes doing those kind of plays, someone will never expect an AWP to be there, and that's why it kind of works. That's why JW is so famous with those kind of plays. If you have the skill to pull something crazy off like that, then obviously we can sit here all day long. You just look a bit silly when it doesn't work out, but this shouldn't be working, to be honest. Like, oh, I'll just go for this. Fair, why not?
That's ridiculous.
Like, you can face that angle from the back of the train. You don't need to be in there to do that.
The back of the train is ridiculous. Do you remember that? Do you remember that meme?
No. What's that?
Can I have your number, girl? Can I has it? Can I has it? Oh, you like Mike and Ike's?
Anyway.
Rock that up, dude.
Like I said, whoever won that round was going to be in a huge favour of the economic game, and now you can see a full eco coming in from RCTIC. Full PT50s coming in. The spray down coming in for Berg. Only manages to pick up 1. Sipe gets 1 as well, and they managed to get a kill in the process. Bomb is starting to be planted as well. Sipe probably heard that, wants to be stopping it, but the grenades help him out. And now it should be a pretty simple procedure. It's just 7 remaining on the bomb side. Has got an AK, but Zendy deals with him. 9 plays 5. And Matt, would you like to do any more singing?
No.
Oh, why not?
Thank you for the opportunity. But I like to save my vocal cords for things that matter.
I bet you do.
Counter-Strike matters, Henry. Double op setup again. They're sticking to it. Why not? 9-5. Our score as we head into the last round of the first half. They'll buy what they can on the terrorist side, but as you can see, as good as I, it's not very much. Utilities for Sauna, Tech 9, that's about it. Galil right now on Twista. And Zenda's going to try and go ahead and get an early Molotov thrown toward A main connector, slow them considerably. Smoke as well on Pop Dog, and Sipe's going to try and play in this, but that's not advised as Twista finds him easily. And this puts Zenda now with the double responsibility of covering both of those choke points. And he as well? All right, good. Better off to flash through first. Why not? They'll hear that bouncing. Twista lines it up and fires into it anyway. That puts him on 18, but still the reverse frag comes in, and it brings us back to 4 versus 4.
It's a nice response from the CTs. Like, obviously, running through smokes normally isn't advised, but the T's are never going to expect that. You're normally planting those smokes to kind of suggest that this is the wall, this T's, you can't run through this. But when a CT goes in and uses it almost like a one-way towards the pop-dog area, it can be very effective. We are on a 4-on-4 now. Zendy is low HP. The T's now making their move towards the outside bomb site. Zendy picks up the first kill. Dumas does go down, though. 3-on-3. Bomb yet to be planted.
Benji going to push the smoke with the AWP. Continues to creep forward. That catches the bomb. As you said, yet to be planted. It's flung forward and in the clutches now of Benji, who's found yet another kill on Sagerton, but he eventually is found by Saw. Berg doesn't care, doesn't want it, takes the 10th round, and the Swedes
That's the one.
have a heavy lead on the Finnish map. Remember, this was chosen by RCTIC.
Yeah, right. It's a scoreboard. Benji with another very strong performance on the CT half. 17 kills for him, continuing that AWP form. It was very nice play from him. Losing the pistol and still getting double figures. Pretty impressive. RCTIC starting off with a nice 3-0. Only managing to pick up 2 actual gun runs there. Here's the featured matchup once again. Benji versus Zori. Pretty well contested. 17 plays 13. And here we go. And this pistol's going to mean everything. We can see the Dendity, that's the one, going with 3 sets of armor, 2 utility players and 2 smokes. So that's going to be, let's think about this. I would say that's towards the inside bomb site, and then you're smoking our lower ramp and saving one for the connector. It actually looks like they'll be going towards Ivy this time. So how are the CTs going to react to it? They have got kits. It's going to be on Zore. And the bomb is going towards Ivy as well. So they're trying to sell something towards the inside side there. You saw some players show presence towards inside. And the Ivy is where it's going to come down to. An A split coming in. Going to be Sagerton to hold it off.
Well, pistol round very important for RCTIC if they want back into it. Sagerton's going to try and hold on to help, but he's desperate to get away as he runs out of ammunition. Gets caught by Berg, who'd already walked in the front of the site. So now that they control this quad position in hell, they can try and make a push to close off most angles left before they can get the bomb down. Interesting position we saw from Saw, though. Plays that off angle. This often isn't checked. It's more viable with a boost, but as they are a man down, this spreads them out still further. And it's easy for Zore to go for that secondary peek, as we just saw. Benji gets away with it. Has the information there, but Zore is going to push on top of him.
Oh, they haven't realized he's inside yet. Oh,
well,
there we go, lads.
Right now.
Move, quick. No utility left for the terrorists, but they're in great positions here. Sipe is doing absolute work with that Glock. Picks up the first one, gets a double as well. 1 player remaining, that's going to be 7. He answers back, it takes down Sipe, bringing it down to the 2-on-1, but he has got the kit, and it's a smoke grenade as well. He smokes us up with a bomb. This could be interesting.
He's going to try and do it. It's there. The kit's going, but they spotted it too soon. It didn't even bloom, and Berg had already found the frag. So Dendity pick up a pistol now on their T side, and this puts them on 11. If things go according to plan, they'll be on 13-5. This will be a hard game for RCTIC to try and pull back into.
Well, they're going all in. 2 scouts, 4 spying with 5 7s and CZs as well. Here's the replay on your screen. Sipe's nice positional control there of the connector area. Double Glock headshots, and he's pretty much done his job at that point. As we go into round number 17 now, a great opportunity for Dendity to really run away with this one. As I said before, the double scouts coming in can be very viable on train. Obviously, a lot of long-range choke points in this map. That's going to be the first one. Manages to get the tag, but Benji is just too hot tonight as he gets a headshot onto Zore.
Well tagged in reverse, though, onto Sagerton with the scout. Benji, in turn, down to 31. So, scout shots going either direction.
Lovely stuff.
It is pretty decent so far. Very close proximity, by the way, as we're seeing it right now. from Saw, who wants to walk into that A main position. He actually goes in and out without being spotted. Somehow Benji didn't see him there, but now the bomb's down on the inner bomb site. 7 with a good shot on Zenda. They're still far from where the bomb is planted, and slowly but surely, Sipes trying to work his way forward to cut off the CTs in their rotation. He's dropped, but Dumas gets the refrag on Saw, and it's left to Segerton, 9 HP, and 7 with 34, unfortunately, with no kits. And the two scouts, they'll try and save these for at least another attempt in round number 3 of the half.
Yeah, it's always a gutting feeling to have to do this when you feel like, oh, we could probably take this one, but you got to look at the bigger picture. Taking those scouts to the next round definitely could do some work with them. They managed to pick up a couple of kills here, taking down Zenda and Sipe, but the bomb gets planted, and that's pretty much all bets are off at that stage because you have no kits, like you said. So, increasing their lead now to 12 plays 5. You'd assume the next round will be going in their favour as well. The CTs can't really justify force buying more into this round. Otherwise, they're going to really be in a deficit going into that first gun. Here we go then, round number 18. Scoreboard on the screen right now. Benji continuing his rampage. 18 kills for him. And not far behind Sipe and Zenda on 15 and 14. He's already having a decent game as well on 14 kills. So let's see how they can utilise these scouts that they saved from the last round. Looks like they'll be focusing most of their efforts towards the outside site. Maybe pushing Ivy as well.
7's going to hold right now to try and cover A-main with that scout again. Bomb is above Dumas, which is a player on his shoulders, as we can see. Berg with the AK is going to evaluate the inner bomb site, but this one's the interesting position right now, is that Saw continues to try and take away map control to get close to these choke points with the pistols, and hopefully if he can catch one player off guard, pick up a rifle and start to make a case for this round. Again, Arctic, anything's going to help at this point in time. They're so far removed in the score right now. Zenda's the one that might pop around here.
Yeah, Saw's got a decent position here. Definitely not one of the angles you check every time. We'll see whether Zendi's got the premonition to actually have a look at it. He's like the kind of lurking player right now. You can see the bomb slowly making its way towards the inside side. They're trying to work out where his stacks may be available here. We've got a nice little feed of both players' screens here. Going to be the inside player comes in. Here it comes, and actually Zendi capitalizes, and all the kills going in their favor. Just one scout remaining now. It's on Zore, but it's a 5-on-1. He should be dealt with relatively quickly, and there it is. Money's not going to be great now for RCTIC. After those forced by in the second round, they're not going to have AWPs, that's for sure. 7 could afford one, be completely naked. What will he decide to do, Matt? What do you reckon he's going for it? No, not this time. So, rifles, no kits again. They have got smoke grenades to hold the T's off, but you can see them. They're going to be keeping the Galils, the UMPs. They want to try and build the cash up as much as they possibly can. If they win this round, it'll be absolutely huge for them. And pretty much guarantee them the game. So, let's see where they decide to go. Benji has decided to upgrade to an AWP. They're going to just be going straight out main, it seems, potentially.
And this is fast play. Saw's just only gotten to the bomb train now. He's trying to get utilities out to slow this, but they've already gotten quad taken over, and Zenda has a chance to run for hell. There's 3 players still out toward Ivy, though. They've managed to find at least one before Segerton gets back into them, but Zore is the one who could make the round. Never mind. That was insanely fast.
That's the Virtus.Pro style I was talking about. You just get out there, just chuck some smokes down as you're coming out, just make it really difficult, especially when you know the CTs don't have the incendiaries, they don't have the amount of utility to hold you off, they definitely don't have the AWPs. Definitely a very good time to drop that in. You can see now, Dendity actually calling in for a pause. I assume this is obviously technical. You can't take a tactical pause at this stage of the game and you know you're about to win.
You could.
Well, why would
celebrate your victory. It would be like the guy in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire that
going to call his dad.
He calls his dad to say, hey, I just won $1 million, and then answers the last question.
Hey, Dad, I just won an online game of CS. Okay, Sam, why the hell are you calling me?
I thought you'd want to know.
Get a job.
Well, that was an extremely fast round. The only chance they had back into it was when they had hell. Zora tried to push back through it. If he'd won against Benji, then he could have started dance his way around the trains and occupy them enough to prevent the bomb plant. But once he went down, Benji just nailed it. As we look back at some of the results from the entire game. Double op. We mentioned we didn't see a lot of opping in the first map. Double op this game has been absolutely prominent for Dendity throughout.
Yeah, like you can see the money now for RCTIC. They've got, I would say, what, 2.2k average. It's not looking pretty. And you're looking down the barrel of match points here, series points, I should say, as the loser
Shrek
of this will be knocked out. It's looking very promising for Dendity right now. Match still paused. And let's see what RCTIC's approach here. They've upgraded their pistols. They haven't fully invested into those. So they're going for the long game, Matt. They're going for the draw, potentially. They haven't invested everything.
Well, that's noble of them to think that way, but it puts a lot of pressure on it when it's
10 in a row.
10 match points, yeah.
Definitely a lot of pressure, but sometimes you've got to have a dream. I would say at this point, let's just force. You can't allow yourself to be at 10 match points. That's nuts. This is not going to happen. I'd say this is forced by, and see what happens there. Hopefully catch them out, but Benji going to be continuing the face towards main. Doesn't actually hit that first shot, but gets some info. That's what a buy is, at least.
That's at least a start, you could argue. Dumas is going to try and push the upper position right now. Seven's going to fall back down that ladder, but Dumas will stalk his prey with the M4 against the pistol. Benji did manage to pick up one, and see it in the obituary. You can read about it in the papers. Seven did go down eventually. Good pickup I saw, though, because now they've got an AWP. At least in the next round, could he save it, but Zenda's not going to allow that. We're going to wrap match and series point.
Oh, yes.
And a chance for Dendity to make it through to a LAN, the minor qualifiers in Bucharest. But again, we won't count our chickens yet before they hatch.
Have we seen them at LAN before?
No, we like I say, very nearly saw them at Fragbite.
That's right. That'll be interesting. Never met any of those guys before.
Yeah, I think it'll be good.
Well then, round number 21, I would say potentially our last one. You can see where RT were going with this one. They've got the double orbs out. So 10 rounds in a row required here, but this is the problem. When you get to series points, one mistake could cost you the entire game. So let's see where they go with this. Not over yet, but very close.
Oh. Very close indeed. That certainly puts us closer. Benji takes down Segerton over at the upper position on inside. That puts Seven in a lot of pressure right now. Also forces a rotation all the way back from Twista. As Dumas is going to find Saw. Another one down. 3 to go. Dumas is going to push and make sure Hell hasn't been reoccupied by anyone rotating out from Ivy as well. And Seven's got a chance on Zenda, but whiffs entirely. Fires about a foot wide to the right. That gives Zenda an easy chance to recover. And Twista and Zore might as well just pack it in now because there's not much chance in this play. Dumas is a bit confused why his teammate shot at him, but there it is. They're already calling it. Segerton's called the GG. Zora says, wait a minute, guys. Let me at least get a frag video going here.
What a video it'd be.
Not to be. Berg nails it, and Dendity will be our